Hello everyone, myself Bhautik Trivedi, working as an assistant professor in IT ICT department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. I will explain you the concept of SBox and AES in information and network security subject. So first of all, what do you mean by SBox? So SBox means that is the substitution box, and AES means that is the advanced encryption standard. So in a previous session already I discussed the two important concepts, one that is the DES, one that is the block cipher, and one that is the stream cipher. In today's session mainly focus on the two important topics, one that is the S box, that is the substitution box, and second one that is the advanced encryption standard. So let's start with the concept of S box. Last time already I discussed. Here you just see what's the role of S box. So role of S box means in data encryption standard algorithm already you know the concept of 64-bit is divided into the left part and right part, L and R. So here R 32 bits means right half is expanded to 32 to 48 bits. That is with using the which logic? That is with using the logic of E table or expansion table. After that, whatever the sub key that consists of 48 bits. So 48 bit right hand side, 48 bit sub key is XOR and directly generating a 48 bit as a output. After that, the main role of the S box occurs here. Whatever the 48 bit generate here, this particular 48 bit is divided into the 8 S box. 8 S box. Each and every S box consists of 6 bit as a input and 4 bit as a output. So here you just see whatever the diagram is there, that is directly divided into the 8 S box. S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, S7, S8. Each and every S1 consists of 6 bit as an input, 4 bit as an output, means whatever the final output that consists of 32 bits, you apply the permutation on that, and whatever you receive that consists of 32 bits. So that's the logic of the concept of the S box. After that, one proper example of that means all of you know, if I directly talk about the concept of 6 bit as an input, so how I identify the row, how I identify the column. So first and last bit that belongs to row, and in between 4 bits that belongs to column. So according to this input 0 and 1, because first bit that 0, last bit that 1, so that's the 0 1, means which particular row? That's the row number 1. Column consists of 1 1 0 0. 1 1 0 0 means 8 plus 4 means 12 0 0 means 12th number column. So first row and 12th number column. So in this particular table you just see first row and 12th number column. So that's consists of answer 9. So whatever the 9 answer, you directly convert it to the binary. So 9 binary means 1001. So whatever the 6 bit as a input and whatever you receive that 4 bit as a output, that's the output of the S box. Again I repeat, must remember one thing, outer 2 bits of each group select the row of an S box, inner 4 bit that select the column of an S box, and whatever the output that consists of 4 bits. So this is the logic of the substitution box or S box. After that, one important term in this particular chapter, that is known as a concept of avalanche effect. What is the meaning of avalanche effect here? That's the one kind of property of a particular encryption algorithm. So if you change in a 1 bit of the plain text or of the key, it directly producing a change in a many bits of the ciphertext. That is known as a concept of avalanche effect. So avalanche effect means what? Either you change the bit of a plain text or bit of a key, it directly affecting many bits of the ciphertext. That is known as a avalanche effect. So data encryption standard performing the strong avalanche effect. Here I directly put up one example of that. You just see plain text is that, key is that, generating a ciphertext. Plain text, only one bit change and key remain as it is. So it directly affecting the many bits change in a ciphertext. So the two plain text block only differ in a rightmost bit only. The ciphertext block differ in a 29 bits. This can be considering as a concept of avalanche effect. Means if you changing the 1.5% of the plain text, it create a around 45% changing in a ciphertext. That's the logic of the concept of the avalanche effect. After that, one important topic remaining in this particular chapter, that is the AES. Up to this, whatever I discuss, that is related to the data encryption standard. From now onwards, whatever I discuss, that is related to the advanced encryption standard. So advanced encryption standard that's supported, that's the one that's proposed by the Rizandl, that supported the three criteria here. Here you just see that supported the 128 bit, that supported the 192 bit, that supported the 256 bit. So different key variation use here. Here you just see key size, either that is the 128 or 192 or 256. If you directly talk about the bits, so 128 or 192 or 256. If you directly talk about the byte, so that is the 16, 24 or 32. If you directly talk about the words, so that is 4, 6 and 8, because all of you know 1 byte is equal to 8 bit and one word is equal to 4 byte. So this is the logic related to that. So key size that supported the three variation in AES. One, that is the 128, 192 and 256. After that, talk about the block size. Block size supported same, means 128, 128, 128. Round key size that supported the same, 128, 128, 128. But whenever I talk about the number of rounds, so whenever you take the key as a 128 bit, that supported the number of round is equal to 10. But if you take the key is equal to 192, that supported the number of round is equal to 12. And if you take the key size is equal to 256, that supported the number of round is equal to 14. So that is the different variation for the concept of advanced encryption standard. So why we use the AES and what's the characteristics of the AES? So that supported the three important characteristics. First one, that providing the resistance against all known attacks. Second one, that supported the speed and code compactness on a wide range of platform. And third one, that supported the simplicity in a design. So that's the characteristics of the concept of the advanced encryption standard. After that, this is the structure for the AES. Means you pass the plain text as a 128 bit, generating a pass to the advanced encryption standard algorithm. At that time you pass the key that supported the three operation, either 128 or 192 or 256, and directly generating a ciphertext of 128 bits. After that, this is the structure of AES. Structure of AES that supported, first of all, that supported the 4 operation, because that supported the different round. If you pass the 128 bit as a key, that supported the 10 rounds. If you pass the 192 bit as a key, that supported the 12 rounds. And if you pass the 256 bit as a key, that supported the 14 rounds. So here you just see, first of all, with using this diagram, that supported the 4 operation. One, that is the substitution. Second one, that is the shifting the row. Third one, that is the mixing the column. And fourth one, that is the add round key. So add round key means you directly apply the XOR operation with the key block and whatever you generate. So these all are the one round consists of this particular phase. Again I repeat, each and every round that supported the 4 operation. First one, that is the substitution. Second one, that is the shift row. Third one, that is the mix column. And fourth one, that is the add round key. So here you just see That's in a detail. So what's the data units in advanced encryption standard? So that is in a terms of the byte, means all of you know 1 byte can be represented by with using the bits B0 to B7, that is in a row form or column form. Then after you talk about the word that supported the B0, B1, B2, B3, because that consists of the same thing. Third one, that is the block B0, B1, B2, B3, B4 up to the B15. So that is the block, and one that is the state. So this is the way you can directly representing the state also. Means in advanced encryption standard, if you want to represent anything, so how many different way to represent this thing? One, that is the byte. Second one, that is the word. Third one, that is the block, and fourth one, that is the state. After that, block to state and state to block, how I calculate this? So this is the sequence here you just see. First of all, that is in a column format like this, zigzag. This is the way you can fill the particular matrix. This is the plain text to state. How I make the plain text to state? Because all of you know that is always start from the 00 to 25. This is the way you can directly creating a matrix. You can directly creating a state from the plain text. Means one plain text is already given, and from this particular plain text, if you want to create a state, so how you create this? This is the logic for that. After that, the most important thing in this particular session, AES structure. How I generate the AES structure, and that supported the different variation. So whatever the first n-1 round, that consists of 4 distinct transformation function. So first one, that is the substitute bytes. Second one, that is the shift row. Third one, that is the mix column. And fourth one, that is the add round key. What's the logic behind the substitute bytes? So the 16 input substitute bytes are substituted using the S-box. Shift row, each of the 4 rows of the matrix is shifted to the left. Mix column, each column of 4 bytes is transformed using a special mathematical function and generating a one new state. And add round key means the 16 bytes of the matrix are considered as a 128 bits and are XOR to the 128 bits of the round key. So that's the different logic for this particular operation. Let's start with the one by one. Here you just see. This is the substitute byte transformation. Means in this substitute byte transformation from this to this, how you map this? So with using the sub bytes, you can directly, that is known as a table lookup, then directly supporting this particular row and this particular column, and from this whatever the output you directly map to the right hand side. Already I discussed in a S-box. This is the most important, 3 important parameters here: shift row, mix columns, and then after this first row remain as it is. Means in this particular row no alteration, whatever the row that remain as it is. In second row, 1 byte circular left shift. 1 byte circular left shift means EC 6E 4C 90. So your answer is look like 6E 4C 90 EC. Third row, 2 byte circular left shift, and fourth row 3 byte circular left shift. That's the logic for the shift row. First operation which one? That is the substitute bytes. Second operation which one? That is the shift row. Third one, mix column. In mix column, each byte of a column is mapped into a new value, and that is a function of all 4 bytes in this particular column. Means this particular state is mapped with one another state and directly generating a one mix column output. After that, add round key. What is the meaning of add round key? Add round key means in this 128 bit state are bitwise XOR with 128 bits of round key, and whatever the final output you generate, that is known as a concept of final output. So must remember one thing, in advanced encryption standard, each and every round consists of 4 different operations. First one, that is known as a substitution box. Second one, that is the shift row. Third one, that is the mix column. Fourth one, that is the add round key. After that, This is the overall structure. You just see. This is the overall structure of the AES. Means that supported, if you talk about the 128-bit as a plain text and 128-bit as a key, so that supported the total number of round, that's 10. 128-bit as a plain text and 192-bit as a key, that supported the total number of round, that's 12. 128-bit as a plain text and 256-bit as a key, so that supported the total number of round, 14. But each and every round consists of substitute byte, shift row, mix column and add round key. So that's the last important topic of this particular chapter. So this is the way you can directly perform the operation up to the last, and the last, whatever the last stage, that supported only 3. Which one? Substitute byte, shift row and then after the add round key. Means in a last round that not supported the mix column. This is from the encryption side and totally reverse procedure from the decryption side. So that's the AES overall structure. After that, AES key expansion. That's the last topic of this particular chapter. So in this AES key expansion, must remember one thing, whatever the 16-byte key, that producing a 44-byte linear array. So how I generate this? So starting from the W0 to W3, W4 to W7 up to the W44. So this is the way you can directly performing the AES key expansion. That's not in a detail. So at least you know the diagram of the key AES key expansion. So that's all about the today's session. Must remember one thing, in mainly 2 important topic in today's session. One that is related to the S box and second one that is related to the AES, and in AES mainly 4 important subtopic: substitute byte, shift row, mix column and add round key. Thank you for watching.